Thank you for hanging out with me today. This is KG4E, and welcome back to Green Hell. Today, we are going to do a lot of building on the treehouse. I really want to build the heck out of that treehouse. The problem with building the treehouse is it's going to be a lot of grinding, a lot of dragging stuff around, a lot of building. Really, that axe broke already? Man, I don't know if those metal axes are worth it, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. That was a lot of work for an axe to break that quickly. Anyway, so what am I going to talk about, right? I was like, well, what am I going to talk about? And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put up a community post, all right? And I'm going to ask for Q&A questions. Q&A questions. We're going to do some Q&A, and I will ask for some questions. Now, unfortunately, I didn't plan ahead, so this is a last-minute thing. So the Q&A option of this will only be open for like an hour, maybe two. And, you know, I'll just take questions as they come along, and it'll be pretty fun, so you guys can ask me anything. Don't bother asking now because this is already over. But, you know, keep an eye on my YouTube channel in the future. You know, when I do Q&As, I'll put out, like, some posts like that. And you guys can ask. And should be a lot of fun. I want to do this treehouse, but it's grindy. And I've been doing a lot of grinding off camera. It's still grindy AF. So, we will get into those questions in a moment. Let's go ahead and do some... What is my weight? Yeah, 16 is a little bit heavy to be doing this. You really want to be under 15. I'm not going to be able to take another log the way I want to, but that's okay. Not really a big deal. There we go. So normally I'd be able to take that many, but I can't because I'm 16 point something weight. I went to the animal pens, and I have the animal pens set up in a really cool way. I think you guys are going to like. Let me go drop these off, and then we're going to go over. I'll show you what I've been doing with the animal pens. And I'm going to start slaughtering these guys because, you know, it's starting to be a bit much to feed them. Sorry about that, guys, but, you know, you knew where this was going, Mr. and Mrs. Boxer Mom. So, that's why I didn't want to name them. They're not pets, they're food source. All right, so I've got my males in here. Yeah, males in here. Females in here. And the two people are going to breed in here, which is really messed up because these two are brother and sister. But, you know, I'm sure the meat will taste just fine. I don't know if that, you know. I don't know if incest babies, you know, meat tastes worse or whatever. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and pick up a question. So we have a question from Britt Scott. What environment/setting for a Survivor world would you like to revisit? One that you haven't seen or one that could be improved? A setting, huh? What do you mean, like deserts or like cold areas? Or I kind of feel like it's all been done. What could be improved? How about a? All right, I got one, and this is going to be really tough for any developer that tries to do it. How about a city setting? Most of these survival games are at least partially rural or all rural. So how about a city setting? I think that would be really hard to do and pretty cool. Really quickly, by the way, I did get these two bamboo log frames down. Remember, I couldn't put these down last episode? Well, I could put them down now. But I can't put down frames out here. So I'm not really sure if I'll ever be able to put them out there. You know, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it. Life's too short. I don't need the headaches. Yeah, a city survival. Like, you stay in the city. And that would be very difficult, but I think that would be really cool. 7 Days to Die probably comes closest to it, but I feel like it could be improved. Definitely feel like it could be improved. Oh, these need to be taken care of. Look at this. Look at this. All right, so by the way, I'm reading your names. I usually don't read names, and the reason I don't usually read names is because I usually butcher names, so I apologize right off the bat. If I'm butchering your name, I'm really, really sorry. All right, next question. Naikas. How old are you and which country are you? I am 46 years old from the United States of America. So, good question there. I like it. It's a quick one. Informative but quick. Good question. The next question is from Mike Moda. What game are you most excited to see come out in 2023? Well, I mean, that's got to be Sons of the Forest, right? I am freaking pumped for Sons of the Forest. A lot of people are telling me, like, oh, Sons of the Forest is going to have this, Sons of the Forest is going to have that. And I don't really know what Sons of the Forest is going to have because I'm an impatient nut job. Like, I can't watch stuff that's not going to be out, like, tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I've just been not really paying attention to it because I get impatient, you know? It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait for it. You know, Sons of the Forest. What else? Honestly, again, I don't look at games ahead of time, so I'm not sure what other games I'd be excited for. But you know, Sons of the Forest, I feel like is plenty of excitement. I think that's going to be awesome. You know, we'll see. It's not done by this. Oh, you say he's thirsty. Okay. It's not done by the same people who did The Forest, which has me a little bit on edge, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not going to read another one right now because I'm trying to not fall to my death. Alright. I don't know why I can't reach that one. Oh. I gotta not be looking at it to reach it. Okay, that makes no sense at all, but, you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and just drop these up here so we can get some more. And I think we have to go downstairs and eat. And I am dirty. And normally I wouldn't show this, but, guys, I am completely in love with this shower. This shower is the best thing ever. I love it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever made in this game, if not my favorite. Although I'm not going to have to use it now, because the rain's going to wash me off. But, yeah, love the shower. But, well, I guess I'm clean now, so I got to eat. Let's see what is wrong with us. Alright. Carbs and water. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Hope Susie asks, favorite aspect of any game? Romance, fighting, farming, building, selling? None of those. None of those are my favorite aspect of any game. You know what my favorite aspect is? Progression. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I'm not talking about story progression. I'm talking about world building progression. I guess building would probably be a better way of saying it, but I really love progression. And that's why, like, all the games I love the most are all about progression. Real-time, well, all the games I've loved in the past. Some of these games I'm not, like, into anymore, but real-time strategy games, you know, you build up a base, right? Like Fallout-type games, I guess that's more storyline, but you're still building up your character, you know? What else? I'm trying to think. Well, obviously, survival games are all about building up. I just love progression. And, like, some games, like, are linear story progression. I don't like that at all. Like, that doesn't interest me in any way, shape, or form. It's too much like movies. It's too much like TV. I love movies and I love TV, but it's not why I play video games. Video games are all about gameplay for me. Mostly. Like, 95% gameplay. So, and by gameplay, I don't mean, like, you know, running from here to there. And, like, I'm thinking, like, God of War games and stuff. Or, like, the Souls games and everything. Like, I don't... Although there is some progression there with, like, the RPG elements, but not enough for me. I like where I want to be able to change the world in a physical sense. And not, like, a social sense. Social sense is, like, you know, building, you know, relationships or advancing storyline or something. Not that. I want to be able to, like, physically change the world. Physically. Yeah, I mean, that's it. So... That's my favorite part of any game, really. And that's why I love survival games so much. Because they do that better than any other genre around, period. I mean, seriously. Think of what you, like, think of what this area was like when I got here and what it's like now. Look at what you could do in 7 Days to Die, you know? Okay, so Daniel Krause says, are you waiting for a full release of Planet Crafter before you play it again? Could you play it again soon? Perhaps in the next animal update. I gotta get back to Planet Crafter. Planet Crafter, what is an awesome game. For those of you who don't know, it's like you come on this like alien planet and you have to you're basically terraforming it, and it's an extremely fun game. Like you'll come down on the planet, and what you have to do is like there's like different aspects of the planet that you have to work with, like the atmospheric pressure, the oxygen in the in the air, things like that. What else? There was pressure, heat. Yeah, it's like really cold. You want to warm it up, and you want to get like water in the air, basically. And it's really cool, really awesome game. The problem I had with it was it got really grindy towards the end, and it's been in early access, so like it's not like it's done. It's far from done. And towards the end of the early access version I was playing, it got super grindy, and I was like, all right, I think it's time to move on. By the end, I was launching rockets into space, or not into space, but into the atmosphere to, I think it was, and this is a little fuzzy, I haven't played it in a while, but I believe the rockets were to warm up the atmosphere and give it like pressure, air pressure. Really awesome game, and I will get back to that game. I don't know when. When is the animal update coming out? Inform me on it, because maybe I don't want to play it until the animal update comes out. Like I don't want to start a game and then have a, brand new update come out like the next week or something. That would suck. So let me know for sure. And the best place to let me know is on Discord if you guys want to join my Discord. I read my YouTube comments, but a lot of times comments get lost in, the YouTube sphere. I get a lot of comments per day. The best place to tell me about anything would be in Discord. We have a great Discord. You should definitely join it. Lorville Jr. asks, maybe some tips for new players, like how and where to find important things in that order, like map, hook, recipe, and stuff like that. That's a really complicated question, probably a little bit too in-depth for a Q&A. But I will say this, okay? What you could do is, if you're playing this game for the first time, what I would do is I would go online, I would go on the wiki, and I would find the location of some key building sites. Like, first thing you're going to think about is where you want to build, right? Right now, I'm building at the drug facility. This is probably the #1 building spot in the game, in my opinion. So you could build here. There's the fishing village. There's the, I think it's an abandoned tribal camp. I think that's where I built last season. So yeah, you think about where you want to build, and, if you want to take that advice and maybe head on out to one of those areas. If you want to build more, like maybe play the game a little bit more blindly, some basic tips is, can I actually walk on this? I didn't know I could walk on that. Some basic overall tips would be, you're going to be looking, when you start the game, you're going to be looking for water. All right, in order to get water, you're going to be looking for coconuts. Get as many coconuts as you can. You break them in half. All right, you can drink them. Then you can eat the insides. Then you can take the half and put it out in the rain. If you're playing this game bare bones, just, no tips, or some tips, but you don't want to know exactly where to live and you're new to the game, the first thing you're going to have to worry about is water. You can catch rainwater with the open coconut halves on the ground. And you can also use the coconut halves to drag water around. You can use the coconuts to make a bidon. It's a coconut and... a bidon is a coconut and a rope. And once you can start moving around water, and like if you're near a river, you can boil the water. Your campfire has to have a roof over it, or rain will put it out. These are just some of the tips I'm thinking of right off the top of my head. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to get your water source taken care of. Then you're gonna think about food. The main two things you're really gonna think about food is carbs and protein. Fats are you can grab some unknown nuts for fat. Oh. Jesus, he don't like my tips. You don't like my tips, bro? I got a tip for you. Tip of the spear. Haha, suck it. Oh, Laurel, I was reading your tip while killing this punk. Finally got him. Oh my goodness. How do I butcher him? I probably got to get the right spot. Can I not butcher him? You should be able to butcher him. It's weird. I mean, it doesn't really give anything good. I'll probably just let him disappear, I guess. Yeah, to hell with him. That's what you get, bro. Oh, there we go. I can harvest him there. The meat that comes off this guy kind of sucks. Well, whatever. At least I can get some bones. That's great. Anyway, yeah, there's some good tips. Basically, for carbohydrates, I would look for banana trees. And I would try and build in an area where you see non-aggressive wildlife. Like these tapirs and stuff. If you see any wandering around... I would build in that area because that'll take care of your protein, most of your fats, and if you can find some banana trees, you will be taking care of your carbohydrates. Also, there's trees like this. See this tree right here? If you break down this tree, you'll get an unknown bulb. If you have a fire and a bowl, I would get into pottery really quickly too because these big clay bowls are really good. So if you have a bowl, you can make that into soup, and that's going to give you 50 carbohydrates. There's also a tree with red on the top of it. Right here. This one right here. I'm glad I have these around to show you. There's a tree right there. That's called Heart of the Palm. If you knock it down, there'll be a little white thing. You turn that into soup as well. And that'll take care of carbohydrates. Also, these things right here can be made into soup to take care of your carbohydrates. So those are some of the basic tips that will get you started in the game. And yeah. I think I'm going to go... What time is it? Yeah, let's go ahead and drink some Monster Energy soup. All right, where were we? All right, Schreider. Is there a particular mechanic of... Wait, is there a particular mechanism, of crafting or survival that you've seen in some of the earlier access games that you would love to see expanded on that haven't been specifically explored so far? with any of the bigger name titles out there. Yeah, actually, there's a game called Night of the Dead. I have to get back to this game at some point. Night of the Dead is a really, really good survival game. In some ways, it's got some little issues in it. In others, there's little issues about it. I'm not even gonna get into it, but the thing that Night of the Dead does better than any other survival game is Horde Night. I know, or maybe not specifically Horde Night, but Horde Night traps. The traps in Night of the Dead are next level. It kills 7 Days to Die in that aspect. Kills it. 7 Days to Die has traps that are, whatever. But when you look at Night of the Dead and the way they deal with their traps, it makes 7 Days to Die look like an amateur production in that aspect. 7 Days to Die is still a way better game, but just specifically talking about traps, guys, it's unbelievable. I would like to see those kind of traps introduced into more survival games. I don't think the survival games do traps well enough for the most part. Where is my mushroom soup? There it is. Oh, I forgot to put the meat up. Hold on. Again, this meat's not really good, but whatever. I got room on the rack, so I might as well put it up there. Yeah, man, Night of the Dead. Oof. The traps are just dynamite. Alright, so here's another tip for you new players. If you have these any kind of water source that holds more than 10 water and you cook it into soup, see how this has 70 of 100 hydration? You can drink it 10 units at a time, and each time you drink it, it will give you the full benefit. So instead of drinking 30 at a time, you drink 10 at a time. Oh, I can't believe they allow it, honestly. Very happy about it. All right, let's take a look at the next tip. Dinkelberg. That's a funny name. I like that name. Will you be playing the Icarus series? Will you keep playing the Icarus series? Or are you planning on coming back when the game gets more optimized in the future? We are actually still playing Icarus, but we're doing it multiplayer. I think Icarus is a fantastic game, but it needs a little bit. I did play it a lot. I mean, I built a pretty big base. I know I didn't finish it, but it was that base was pretty crazy. They need to add more stuff to open world single player specifically, and they are. They have this new thing called I think it's called the Thumper or something like that, and it will actually allow you. It's tier 4. It's like super high level, which is cool because what it does is it allows you to respawn ores in the caves. I think you can work outside the caves too, but I would probably only do it on the inside of the cave. Well, no, that's not true because you can't get silicon on the insides. And wow, yeah, the Thumper is really freaking cool, man. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a few updates from Icarus. I still love the game. Optimization obviously is a big thing. They really need to get that taken care of. But yeah, Icarus is a lot of fun. I will return. We are close to finishing this part of the base, which is honestly it's going to be the major part. So that's got me pretty excited. Youth, Darren, and Jeffrey are all upset that I'm still playing. Still playing Green Hell. Darren said, "Why play it if it's still buggy?" Well, I mean, the bugginess doesn't kill the game for me. Maybe it does for other people. I understand that, believe me. But it doesn't kill it for me, because it does other things so unbelievably well. I need some more sticks, okay. And people are like, when are you going to stop playing this? I mean, what else? All right, I got a question for you guys. What do you want me to play instead? I mean, the Forest is coming up. I mean, the Sons of the Forest is going to dominate this channel when it hits. So at that point, there's probably not going to be a lot of time for Green Hell, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. But what other games did you want me to play? I mean, I'm really curious. I'm not like being a smartass. I really want to know. I want to play games you guys want to see. So what other games do you want me to play? Because I've been doing a lot of new games, but they just don't catch on. People don't seem to really care much about them. So I just look for another game that maybe people will like. And I like the game. I like all the games I play. I test out a game before I play it, and if I don't like it, I don't play it. I don't make videos on games I don't like. Now, there's certain games I like more than others. There's some games that disappoint me a little bit, and we'll wait and see where the development goes. We'll see. But for the most part, I don't play games I don't like. So yeah, I'm just curious on what other people would like to see me play. And that is it for the questions. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to collect some rope, and I'm going to refresh the page and see if there's been any new any new questions, because this thing's only been up for like an hour or two. So I'll see if there's any more questions that people want to ask. This is a really fun idea. I'm gonna have to do it more, but next time I maybe give it like a few more hours. So, yeah, this is cool because what I normally do for a Q&A is I would ask the video before, but I didn't think about it. Also, when I ask the video before, I get too many questions. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. Like not all the questions get the amount of time they probably deserve. You know, when I get too many of them. And just like that, a refresh gave me 2 more questions. That's awesome. Revolta. When are you going to play 7 Days a Day again? I love that series. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I was originally waiting for Alpha 21, and then at some point I'm like, okay, Alpha 21 is not coming anytime soon. Maybe I should just start playing it again. But then when I was thinking like that, other games came out. Like there was Wild West Dynasty. You know, No One Survived got really big, and we've got Sons of the Forest coming up. So, you know, it's kind of difficult for me to commit to a 7 Days to Die series unless it's Alpha 21 with all that stuff coming up. So look at okay. So why can't I make it in these 2 spots? But all right, I'm just gonna put them where I can, and we'll just kind of go from there. What I'm hoping is next time I like restart the game and come back, I'll be able to 2 videos in a row, guys. I wasn't able to place a ghost image. I left the game, came back 2 days later, and you know, all of a sudden I can put in the ghost image. See, it goes white, but see, I feel like I should be able to place it. I'm just kind of spamming the button. No. Okay, well, you know what? We'll place them where we can. And where we can't, we won't. And that'll be that. The thing is, I don't want to put walls here, because if I can place them out here, the walls will be out here. Although that could be like an outer deck type thing. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. All right, we do have another question. Subham, can you use the poison darts on leopards? It's hard because, like, the leopard jumps on me and my instincts just start stabbing him. I don't think about it. And honestly, like, I don't carry the dart thing around with me because it's heavy. So I don't know if you can actually do it. Maybe I'll try it sometime. It's really going out of my way for something I'm 99% sure is not going to work out. Also, try a bonfire to attract more natives. We need more Rage of Cage. All right. Wait, there's a bonfire in this game? I know there's a bigger fire, but I didn't know it was like a bonfire. Where are the fires? Right here. Campfire. Stone ring. Where's the bonfire? Is it the campfire? Maybe it's the campfire. I'm not really sure. I'll have to mess around with that. Let's check on the old animals over here. See if there's any poop. I'm not seeing any. No more questions coming in. I'll check one more time before the end of the video. I do have... No, actually, I don't want to take these. I do have all of the frames, at least on one side, finished that I can do. So I'm going to wait till next episode. And if I can't put any more frames up here, I will just use this as the final build. And it is what it is, you know. It's not the end of the world. And this will be the final build if I can't add any more. I got these over here. All right. These will be open. I can just make this an outside deck type thing. Although I can't put railings. You can't put railings. If you can't put a frame down, you can't put a railing, right? Is there any way to do that? I don't think there is. But that's going to be a pain in the ass. So this will just be an open void into nothingness. But I can't even put railings down. Like, I don't mind it being open. I just want to be able to put railings down. So this will be open too. This will be open as well. This will be inside. This will be open inside, and all 3 of these will be inside. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and build what we can, and then we will check our Q&A one more time, and then we'll be done. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I think I gotta go to sleep. I accidentally stayed up through the entire night. That's what happens when I build. I end up staying up through the entire night. It's just the way it goes, you know? The good thing is the Jaguar's dead, so he will come back eventually, but I think if you kill him, it takes longer for him to come back. You know? It's not just like he's, Oh, I thought my animals were all gone. I couldn't see him. I was gonna lose it. But, yeah, with the Jaguar, so, yeah, he'll come back, but it'll just take him a little bit longer. That was the last question I got. Very good. Good questions, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. So I think we are just about done with this treehouse for now. We did get a lot of work done today, which was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed it, at least a little bit. If you did, make sure to uncage that like button. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe for more daily videos. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time, and until then, take it easy.